Hello, guys. In this election prediction, we have Joe Manchin, senator from West Virginia. He's a blue dog Democrat versus former President Donald Trump. Now, Joe Manchin's an interesting case. He will be able to reach out to a lot of center-right independents and maybe even convince them to vote for him because overall, I would say Joe Manchin's a very centrist candidate. So I think he would have certain appeals to voters that are usually not willing to vote for Democrats, but maybe willing to vote for him. But at the same time, he may make some left wing people less enthusiastic to vote or just not even vote for him in general. So he has a certain pull and certain distaste for certain voters. So let's get right into this. The first few states I'm going to categorize: Colorado, New Mexico, and Virginia. With his centrist appeal, these states, like, he'll have a surefire lock on all the independents here, which would offset any losses among liberal voters in any of the urban areas. I think he'll do very good in the suburbs as well. New Hampshire and Maine. New Hampshire will be about likely. Maine, solid state for him. Even Maine's second district, I could see him winning. Mainly because moderate Democrats always do very well. And Maine's second, especially Jared Golden, who's a similar centrist to Joe Manchin. Do I want to do the Rust Belt yet? Not yet. Let's do the South first. Texas, then again, those are the urban populations here that I think wouldn't turn out as much if Joe Manchin was the nominee, so that's why I'm putting this state as likely. However, Arizona and Nevada, I think Joe Manchin would have very comfortable wins in both these states. In South Carolina, it would just barely be likely, just 9% victory for Donald Trump here. I think Joe Manchin could really expand his path here with appealing to rural areas in the South. However, there may be a drop-off in some urban areas, but I do think a moderate Dem could maybe pull South Carolina down to likely. His home state of West Virginia, he's not going to be able to win that against Trump, but he'll certainly get it down below 10% at least. I think he would win some counties in West Virginia, which a Democrat hasn't done so in a very long time. Let's do the Rust Belt now, though. Nebraska's second would go to Joe Manchin for sure. Right type of moderate to appeal to those voters. Minnesota probably would be a solid state for Joe Manchin because of how much of a moderate he is. He could probably do very well in the rural areas of Minnesota as well. Same with Michigan and Pennsylvania. He'll definitely do well in both these rural areas here and in the suburbs to offset any losses from urban areas. Same with Wisconsin. I think he'll do extraordinarily well here as well, and it pretty much gets him the election. Just because of his strength with rural voters and the fact that he was able to win West Virginia pretty much 4 years ago, he's a very unique candidate for that. Even the state of Ohio and Iowa, I could see him winning as well, just because of his. He can make up a lot of the gaps with the rural voters that Democrats have been really failing in states like Iowa and Ohio. I think he could definitely make them competitive and even win them by a very narrow margin. There'll still be some drop off the urban voters, but I think he'll be able to make it up in both these states. In the last few states here. Georgia, he'd be able to win. Same with North Carolina. However, Florida, it's Trump's home state. I still think Trump will be able to win it against Joe Manchin. Plus, there'll be a lot of urban voter drop-off. And I don't really think the Sun Belt is Joe Manchin's strong suit, but North Carolina, just with his appeal among rural voters alone, I think Manchin will be able to win over that state. So that's my election prediction of his Joe Manchin versus Donald Trump. Very unlikely scenario, but this would be the map. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.